and again up 17-0, and it was like, Alabama's offense was struggling. They weren't able to really put things together. They were, just not doing quite well with the passing game, and there was some drops again. For whatever reason, Alabama's had a really tough time with Ryan Williams like leading the FBS in drops, and then Jeremy Bernard had a couple of drops. But that didn't matter because at that point on, after it was 17-0, Alabama outscored them 34-7 the rest of the way, and they just rolled. And I will say the fact that Alabama got so many of those players back, Jam Miller, Cuevas at tight end, they had a ton of guys that were missing from the SEC championship game and the Auburn game, and they got all these guys back, and they looked from that point on where they were like dead for those first couple of possessions. From the moment after that, they looked completely different, like night and day from the previous weeks and that first little bit in the game. But Simpson, was getting sacked a little bit here in the game, but he was still making plays. Really, I have the turning point, and it was, there's a point in the game where it was 17-7, and Mateer is eluding a sack in the pocket, breaks to the left. He's open. He could probably run for the first down, but he sees a guy wide open downfield. I don't remember what receiver. I didn't pick up the number, but there's a wide receiver streaking down the field, and if he catches it's probably a touchdown. Hits him right on the money, right on the hands, and he drops it. And then the next play is a punt by Oklahoma, or a punt attempt, and the punter drops the ball as he's trying to punt it, and then as he goes to then pick it up and try to do it again, the lineman for Alabama blocks it as on the second attempt, and so Alabama gets a short field. They hit a field goal there, and then Mateer on the next possession throws a pick to nobody. I mean, there was literally no one there except for the DB for Alabama, and then it was just a pick six. He just ran it back. Mateer couldn't even stop him. But so they tied it at halftime 17. In most of this game, Oklahoma was kind of the better team, but then like Alabama just kept making plays when they needed to. The pick six was huge, and that really was the only turnover in the game.